All right, we're gonna do the guys standards. And with the guys, I feel like I can be more coarse with this because maybe I just hold guys to a higher standard and whatnot. No, you know what it is? It is that guys have been, it has been more normalized to lift weights for guys for longer than women, and women are getting stronger than they ever have faster. So say like women 30 years ago in comparison strength to women now is like a stark difference. And I feel like guys kind of flux, in my opinion. Maybe for a different time, I'll talk about that. Starting with bench, 185 for reps gets you in the door. For like high school kids, if you want to do something maybe at the next level, or you want to just have physical prowess, you want to have some muscles, like 185 for reps from there, I'm not arguing that with anyone. 225 for reps is what I consider great. Because that's the combine number that guys like. You want to be able to do 5, you want to be able to do 8, 10, whatever. You hear these gaudy numbers like such and such did 30 reps, stuff like that. But 225 requires amount of strength to just be able to move 225 and be able to do it reps for actual like strength endurance. Fantastic, easy from there. Excellent, I think could be lower for someone that maybe think I'm talking about bench, or it could be higher, I don't know. But this is what my brother and I landed on. I think being able to do more than 250 for reps is excellent. And I say that because I think a fair amount of guys can probably bench press 250 or 260 once, but being able to rep 260 for a double or a triple to me stands out more, and I don't know how to describe it besides anecdotally, it's a big difference. So 250 for reps. With that, I have a couple caveats. Or 1.5 times body weight, you do the math, 1.5 times body weight, or 100 pounds over your body weight. You're a 130 pound guy and you can bench press 230 pounds, also excellent, all right? I don't think it needs to go, I'm gonna say it anyway. There's guys on the internet that can bench press 600 pounds raw, 100%. So if you're looking at 250, well, how can that be excellent? I'm saying those guys are rare. I came from the same parents as someone that I've watched bench press 500 pounds plenty of times, all right? I understand what's out there. I'm saying that's not common for someone to be able to do that. You have to be large enough, you have to be the training, you have to have the right genetic, you have to have so many things going in your way to be able to bench press 450, 500, 550. So like, because it exists does not mean that like everything that's not close to that is trash. It means that you're not going to compete in anything that's worthwhile. So, but as far as the common man, being able to do more than 250 for reps is good. I'm sorry, it's excellent. Being able to do 185 for reps is good. All right, hang power clean, hang/power clean. Like I said in the women's videos, sometimes power clean is more difficult for some people because it requires a technical efficiency. Some people get lost going up above the knee. So hang clean is just easier for them. Some people can hang clean more than they can power clean. I don't know. I can power clean more than I can hang clean, but I've watched it. Some people can hang clean more than they can power clean. 185 gets you in the door to me. It at least shows me that you have enough mechanical efficiency to get the bar to your shoulders and enough body too. So 185, anything below that, I'm like, all right, keep working on it type stuff. But 185 is like, all right, you're good. And that's what I mean, just good. 225 is the next one that's like, all right, to me, that's a milestone. I think that requires a little bit more athleticism, a little bit more, obviously requires a little bit more strength, upper back strength, but people that can clean 225, more likely than not, have shown that they have training first. That there's a little bit of training of like, I've been working on this, I already got 185, maybe I was able to hit 185 for a triple or whatever, now I can hit 225. It shows me that there was something there at some point. And then similar to bench is over 250. Over 250 is fantastic. You can you can go through any kind of social media and you can see whoever hang cleaning 275 for reps, or oh, that guy hit 350, especially if you're an Olympic weightlifting page, is like clean and jerk 450. That's a professional athlete that has been doing that more likely than not north of 10 years. They train only that lift, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. Like I'm saying the average person in the average gym, if you see somebody hang clean or power clean over 250 pounds, that's impressive. Or, caveat, 50 pounds over your body weight for guys. So if you're a 200 pound, I'd say if you're a 180 pound guy and you were able to clean 230, that's also impressive, because more like than not, that did require athleticism. You had to catch the bar with your knees bent, your elbows high, and stuff like that. Like more than 50 pounds over your body weight's impressive, and at least more than 250 pounds, also impressive. That is excellent. Back squat, 300 pounds gets you in the club. Anything below that, you gotta keep working until at least you see 350. There's not much to talk about. I'm sorry, 300. And then 350 for reps is like, okay, you can double, triple, get 4 or 350, like, all right, we're knocking on something. And then greater than 400 pounds is like, all right, that's an excellent squat, something you won't see very often. I consider 400 pounds, greater than 400 pounds, that or double body weight squat. If you're 180 pounds and you back squatted 360, you know, then you can go into like what constitutes a squat based off of USPA or IPF or something like that. I'm talking about like when you look at it, it looked like somebody sat on a fucking toilet and stood up. That's what I consider a squat. I'm not training only power lifters. I'm not training only weightlifters. Like, does it look like a squat? All right. Or does it look like that person cut themselves short? They cut themselves short, doesn't count. Did that look like they sat on a bucket and stood up? Great, fantastic. Or their hamstrings rattled off their calves? Great squat. So more than 400 pounds or at least 2 times body weight. Again, I'm very aware that Ray Williams walked out 1,000-pound squat. Understand, that's what elite is. That's what elite amongst elite is. I understand who LeBron James is. I understand a lot of people. But what I'm saying is, when you walk into a gym and you see a guy have 4 plates on and the plates start to rattle, like, oh, that's excellent. More like it not, enough training went into that point. That's not just a novice walking in and doing that. Front squat, again, higher demand, front part of your body, less room for error. If you start to fold, weight's gonna come down. 250 gets you in the door. Once you can at least front squat 250, I know you have at least enough torso strength, leg strength. That squat not always, that squat has a higher chance of having the hip crease go beneath the apex of the knee. So like that you'll see like the femur go like that because of the torso demand of that. You can try to like have a wide squat or a power stance or something like that, but more like not, it's not gonna work. So you're gonna get a better squat, better looking squat with a front squat. So 250 gets you in the door, that's good. 300 is great. 300-pound front squat, that means you've been working that front squat a lot, because more like it not, guys have a limited mobility. So whether they have to cross arm it or they have to do it or if they get strapped or something like that, if you're able to front squat 300 pounds, meant you were comfortable enough to front squat 300 pounds, giving you a great. And then 350, excellent. Anything above that is just bonus points. You can do that, fantastic. Hex/straight bar deadlift. 315 for reps is something that's worth looking at. Be like, all right, if I could turn my back on you and you got 315 for a 5, like, oh, that's good. Then I think the next stop is more than 400, more than 405, like 4 plates. It's like, all right. Because also you're dealing with the height thing too. Guys could be, we got multiple guys here for some reason that are 6'7". Like, to do 405, that's a long way that bar is traveling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hex bar or straight bar deadlift, like that's impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like the no sumo, or if you sumo, you push your feet into the ground and you use your levers to bring it up. That's impressive. So that's good. Sorry, that's great. And then excellent is greater than 500 pounds. Greater than 500 pounds, you've been training, more like it not, you've been wanting to do this. It's not like, hey, I just looked over at it and picked it right up. More like it not, you've been training one for it. And I understand, half a Thor, 1,100 pounds, great. Greater than 500 pounds is excellent in a common setting if you're not training for anything. Chin-ups, here's the guys that like to move the big weights. If you can do 3, that is good. If you can do greater than 5, that is great. I've seen people that's 170 pounds have a problem with this. I've seen people that are 210 pounds have problems with this. Chin-ups. I've seen 600-pound squatters that cannot do a pull-up. So what does that mean? Chin-up. If you can do 3, that's really good for a guy because the body mass has a higher capability than women. So 3, fantastic, but you have more lean mass. Great is greater than 5. You do 6, I think that's great, man. You knock out 6 and you can repeat that, outstanding. and then greater than 10 is excellent. So keep using Jamel for example. Brother, I've watched him bench press 5 whatever, and I've also watched him do 10 pull-ups or chin-ups or whatever. Dead hang chin-ups / pull-ups at north of 330 pounds. So like regardless of the weight, if you can do that, I think that's excellent. Adding weight and all that kind of stuff, put in the bonus. Last thing, this is a simple one, is strict overhead press. 115 for reps, cool, because most guys won't do that. Press overhead, lock out too. Press overhead, bring it all the way below the chin and lock it out the top. For reps, that's good. And strict because you're not using your legs. 135 for reps, that's great. That you can do 5 up to 10, it's great. And then once you get to 155 for reps, dude, that's already awesome because most guys are just gonna neglect that anyway. They're gonna find something to sit down so they can use more development of their shoulders so they can kind of brace against the chair itself. But if you can like put your big toe down and squeeze your ass and lock out your knees and press 155 pounds over your head for reps, excellent. There's guys out there that can do that for 225, but I think that's already an excellent. I think that's it.